X 2016. You are at the Ignite stage where presenters have 5 minutes to tell you their story. And the next story is a partnership focused on what we have rather than what we need. Please welcome to the stage Erin Moore. Welcome, Erin.
As people become aware of the finitude of their life, they do not ask for much. They do not seek more riches. They do not seek more power. They only ask to be permitted, in as much as possible, to keep shaping the story of their life in the world, to make choices and sustain connections to others according to their own priorities. Society has dictated that debility and dependence rule out such autonomy, but I believe it is very much still possible to attain this. This is Drew. Drew is an excellent Monopoly player. He's only 6, but he's better at math than most 4th graders. Drew plays baseball and basketball and runs track. He studies Minecraft videos online only to spend hours building whatever it is that you're building in Minecraft. He loves animals, and he's offered to trade me for a dog since it's my allergies that are the barrier to us having one. Drew spent a week in Charleston this summer, riding waves and playing with his cousins and grandparents, just days after learning that he'd lost nearly 30% of his lung function over the course of 4 weeks due to a fungus that had colonized in his airways. He'd spent the weeks before that going to the doctor and having tests and blood draws done, taking new medications, both orally and through an IV. He was ripped away from his favorite activities because his health was prioritized for him over these other parts of his life, and he resisted. Buddy, we've got to take these pills to try to get your lungs healthy again. It's not going to help. I don't feel any different, and the pills make me feel like I'm going to throw up. We have to try, bud. Why don't we play Minecraft while we do another breathing treatment? Because when I try to play while I'm doing my breathies, it makes me mess up. His priorities are different than my priorities, but are no less important. All that he's asked to do is met with frustration because no one knows these things about him. His priorities. Nobody's ever asked. Everyone's focused on what's wrong and what's broken. So we have Andrew here, a 6-year-old male with a history of cystic fibrosis, tracheomalacia, pancreatic insufficiencies, more bronchoscopies than I can count. Looks like 9 PICC lines. That's a lot. Chronic sinusitis, a bowel resection, an ileostomy, and airway abnormalities. His medication list is 7 pages long, but I've got to go through it, so here we go. Now, hold on a second. He goes by Drew, not Andrew, and there's more that's right with him than there is wrong. If you got to know him, if there was a way for you to understand him a little bit and not just his disease, I think you could help him better. In medicine, people are taught to fix the problem. Clinicians are trained to look for what's wrong and then try to fix it. And when what they try doesn't work, the patient gets called the problem. When he won't take the pill that makes him throw up, rather than calling him non-adherent and saying that he failed the treatment, maybe we should think about how the treatment has failed him. He's not broken, the medication is. Maybe if it was smaller, or if it didn't smell like rotten eggs, or if he only had to take it 1 time a day instead of 3, it would be an option for him. I believe that the answer to solving this problem lies in our ability as a team, parent and child, patient and clinician, to share what we have and build what we can together. When you look at Drew, while you're listening to me, I'm asking you to see beyond the disease. See him as I see him, as a happy 6-year-old boy who likes to play with his friends and go swimming and build whatever it is that they're building in Minecraft. I want you to hear our story and to listen to it, to understand our priorities and to help us to fit this disease into the context of the rest of our lives. I think about the long-standing impact of this improved partnership. Not what's wrong, but what's right. How might that improve our relationship as a patient and clinician, contributing to improved health, adherence, sustainability, and success? Life with a chronic illness doesn't come with a manual. We're making up our future out of our very imagination. We don't fit into the box that we're being forced into by textbooks and organizations and insurance companies. Don't just ask us to engage in what you're doing. Join us where we are. Don't ask us what's the matter, but what matters. I implore you, those of you who are wanting to help, to stand beside us, to value the expertise of our lived experiences, of what we know and what we have. If we can focus more on what people have than what they need, what works for them rather than only what doesn't, I think we can finally start to create the change that we so desperately need. Thank you.
Nice one. Well done, Erin. Actually, I'll hand that over to you, Olaf.
Thank you.
That was so good. Man, and Erin finished early. And we actually finished early as a session. Can you believe it? All these 5-minute talks, one after the other. We even had time for a bit of chit-chat. So we'll be back here this afternoon. But before we depart into the other sessions, if you could please give another round of applause for all the Ignite presenters today. So we will be back this afternoon. I'm your host, Louise Schaefer, and please come back this afternoon and hear more of these fantastic presentations. Have a great MEDX, guys.